we have to address. Excuse me. Sorry.
It's okay.
Allergy season.
That's a killer.
You all right?
How do you guys do it?
Any mouth CPR? You all right?
Did you just try to kiss?
Senator, you coughing like you got some medicinal.
Yeah, I need some.
All right, I'm not sure if she said medicinal marijuana or whatever he was talking about, but I figured close enough. Welcome back to the Steve Malzberg Show. Joining us now, a man who I always love having on, I always love talking to, and really during the commercial break we got into it a little, so hopefully it'll continue. Jesse Ventura, former governor of the great state of Minnesota, Navy SEAL, you know him, wrestler, the whole thing, and best-selling author, according to the New York Times. And his new one, Jesse Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto, there it is, and co-written by a very talented young woman named Jen Hobbs, who does a lot. And I wanted to give her some credit for that. Governor, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, so I don't know where to start with you. Here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with today we had Donald Trump talking about his national security plan. He wants more military spending. He wants to build up our military. And you were mocking that during. That's one of the things you were kind of mocking. You sort of said under your breath, "Oh, military spending." You don't favor that?
Well, let's remember something. I actually served.
Right.
And you get all these people that have never
Like
served,
me.
that don't know a thing about it. You know, they've never served, and yet they're all warmongers because they're not the ones that go fight.
But is Trump a warmonger because he wants to build up our military?
No, our military doesn't need to be built up.
No,
we have the largest military in the world. We have the most powerful and best military in the whole wide world. The only thing we need to do is get our military out of these wars, not in them. Iraq's been going on now for as long as the Vietnam War almost. It has no end to it. It's worse today than it was before we went there. When are we going to learn that these wars are not... Smedley Butler, General Butler wrote a great book called War is a Racket, the two-time Congressional Medal of Honor winner. And wars are not fought for what they tell you for. They're fought for profiteering and money-making.
I don't want to get into the war, but there are times when you need to go to war. World War II, I think you would agree we needed to go to war in World War II.
I wasn't alive then.
Okay, all right, so no history.
So I prefer to keep it in the time that I'm alive.
All right, Donald Trump, though, talked about ending this building of democracy. He doesn't favor what George Bush did and what we've been doing. So you would support that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But you don't like Trump for president, though?
No, not at all.
Why?
I like Donald as a friend. I've known him for 25 years. He and I differ too much. Like I said, I'm for who's ever going to end the war in the Middle East, and I'm for who is ever going to end the war on drugs. Because that war...
Well, we're getting to that, yeah.
Right, but that war has been even more devastating and more death than the Middle Eastern wars.
But we got to destroy ISIS, don't we?
We created them, so I guess since we created them...
We enabled them.
No, we created them.
Who created them?
Well, okay, I'll give you your lesson. When we went into Iraq, you had three people that knew nothing about war. Dick Cheney, George Bush, and Bremer. They got in there, and what did they do? They got rid of the Iraq military and put them on unemployment, put them in the unemployment line. They couldn't feed their kids or nothing. What you do is you embrace the other enemy because armies will fight for who's ever in charge. That's how it works. But we turned them all loose. They went into the unemployment line. This is blowback from it. They then formed themselves up. And what you have ISIS today is the majority of Saddam's original army.
And you don't blame Obama for no SOFA to keep troops there? And calling them the JV team, downplaying them, not doing anything to stop them now, basically, with a sortie here, a sortie there. You don't blame him?
No, because he didn't create them. None of this would have happened.
But isn't he supposed to kill
None
them?
of this would have happened had we not invaded Iraq in the first place.
If that's true, isn't it incumbent upon a president who sees this forming and growing and flourishing and the murders, the barbaric murders, isn't it his place to do something?
No.
No. So Donald Trump says he'll have in 30 days he'll have a plan from his generals. That shouldn't happen either.
Well, if it does, it won't work.
Why?
Because ISIS is not going to disappear. It's a thought.
So we should just give in.
Well, we should get out of the Middle East.
But that won't stop them. They want to take over, but that won't stop them. Will it stop them?
Do you think they're going to invade here?
Well, but they have invaded here.
Really?
Through the internet and other ways. They've had their people here influenced by ISIS, sent by ISIS. Europe, they've infiltrated Europe, and they've killed innocent people.
Really, and let's remember what Osama bin Laden said himself. He said, "You don't see us attacking Sweden, do you? Because they're only going after the people who are occupying them and their countries in the Middle East, which colonialism in America is alive and well."
All right, so we deserve what we get.
Well, we don't deserve what we get, but we're over there. If we weren't over there, do you think these attacks would be happening?
I do, but that's besides the point.
No, they would not be.
Let me ask you this: the coach of the USA hockey team, who used to coach the New York Rangers, John Tortorella, says if anybody sits through the national anthem on my bench, as Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback for the 49ers, is, I'm going to sit them. They're not going to play. Agree?
No, that's his prerogative to do that, but I don't think he has the right to take away someone's First Amendment rights. I don't think that anyone made him in charge of.
He's a coach.
But there's the First Amendment. That's the law of the land.
So you agree with Kaepernick?
Absolutely.
You agree with the pig socks, the socks that show cops as pigs that he's wearing?
All I'm saying for Kaepernick is, if you disagree, then what's next? I fought for my country for that freedom. So you could have the freedom to speak out against your country if you wanted to. That's called freedom. Freedom comes with a yin and a yang. There's also freedom to be stupid, and you have to understand that comes into play too.
Is he being stupid at least?
No. He's doing what he feels he needs to do. He's also putting $1 million of his own money forward to do it.
Do the socks bother you?
No, none of it bothers me.
None of the cops with pigs with police helmets don't bother you?
Notice when.
Why not? Are cops pigs?
It's not my business. That's his business. Not my business.
But you support the police, though.
Of course, and I endorse the fact he can do it. You notice he had the Green Beret next to him, who went to war and said, "I don't agree with it, but I support his right to do it." And all you guys don't want to face the fact that's freedom, and we don't need to listen to you non-military people tell us what's patriotism.
You're a better man than I for serving.
Here's the deal. You can't mandate patriotism. The last people that did that were Nazis. You earn patriotism. A government earns patriotism.
Okay, but you couldn't tell
mandate
you couldn't tell me that fighting the Nazis was worth it because it was before your time, just for the record. I want to get to your book, but you said we should take down the Statue of Liberty. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because we don't want the poor and untrodden anymore.
Who said?
Who said?
Yeah.
We're running them out of our country.
Who are we running out? The illegals?
The illegals.
They're illegal.
So you were legal? Your descendants?
I was born here.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Really.
Really?
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. When this country was occupied by Native Americans.
Yeah, that's before my time, by the way. But go ahead.
No, well, where was your paperwork? Where was your legality then?
I wasn't here.
When you put them in reservations, stole the land.
What does that have to do with anything? First, we didn't steal the land.
With
but that's
everybody here's an immigrant unless you're a Native American.
No, if you're born here, you're born here. My grandparents were immigrants, and they came legally.
You come from immigrants.
Legally.
Legally.
You don't see a difference as a former governor between legal and illegal?
Legally. Yeah, well, yeah, your world. We need paperwork to travel the world. Even though I'm a human being and this is a whole planet, by God, you better have some paperwork.
All right. You know what? We talked so long that I'm gonna bring you back tomorrow. We're going to sit here now, but we're going to air tomorrow. The book, I'm going to tell you the name of the book again. The book is, we could put it up on the screen as well at the same time, is Jesse Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto. And I want to talk a lot about that with the governor. So we're going to, we'll do another segment that will air tomorrow, in all fairness, okay? But everybody should pick up the book now. By the way, he's going to be in Ridgewood, New Jersey, which is 2 towns over from somebody I know, I shouldn't say, and they have great authors there all the time, and the governor would love to see you on Thursday, but we'll talk about that, which tomorrow will be Thursday. So get there, make sure you write it down. What is that, 8 o'clock or so, Jen? 7 o'clock? Probably 7 o'clock. Ridgewood, Bookends, be there. So I'll say goodbye to you for now, but we'll rejoin us tomorrow, and we're going to debate the marijuana issue, which is what the book is all about. So here's the book. One more time, Jesse Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto on your